Jayo Radha Madhavo Kunja Bihari. Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Yasoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yasoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Banachari. Yamuna Tira Banachari. Jai Ho Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Yasoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Banachari. Jai Ho Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jai Ho Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribol. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribol. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Premanandi. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Raja Vidya Raja Guyam Pavitram Idamuttamam Pratyaksha Bhagamam Dharmyam Susukam Kartumavyayam. Today we're reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, 9th chapter. Do we have a Bhagavad Gita? Just now coming. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting, and it is joyfully performed. Purport. This chapter of Bhagavad Gita is called the king of education because it is the essence of all doctrines and philosophies explained before. It's a long purport, many pages. That's your homework. You can read that tonight or this weekend. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Jayasi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Giradhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripadamaham Vande Sri Guru Dinotaranam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. Welcome everybody. Thank you for showing up on this beautiful Friday evening. It's a working day. I understand some of you had a long week, a long day, a long life. So, here, this chapter is entitled The Most Confidential Knowledge. This is the king of knowledge. The greatest of all knowledge is Atma Tattva Gyan. People are worried about security. Have you noticed? Huh? Security? Anybody? Cyber security, national security, personal security. Huh? But oftentimes we take these factors as, something external. You know, there is Shastra and Shastra. So, Shasdatu, there is the weapon and there is the scripture, which is also a weapon. You see, the greatest enemy in this world, it's not the neighbors next door. It's not, the bad guys over there. It's Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. It's the internal enemies. Why are terrorists so dangerous? Because you don't know who they are. So the internal enemies are the ones who are posing to be your friends, but actually they're not. They're your enemies. So everybody thinks, what's wrong with a little lust, right? A little party time, a little zest, a little fun, a little enjoyment. But they don't realize that when you let Kama in the door, he's got 5 friends. Who are they? Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. So you let Kama in, and the other 5 guys, they come, because it's a package deal. You can't get one without the other. And then what they do, you ever seen people who get angry? They destroy things, they ruin their lives, they ruin the lives of others. All because Kama. What does Kama mean? I want to enjoy, like Ravana, right? He had every possible sense gratification. He had a palace of gold, he had women from all parts of the universe, but he thought, no, I have to have that one also. This one is missing, huh? Never satisfied. Why? Because lust burns like a fire. Fire is never satisfied. No matter what you put into it, it's never satisfied. So, Trividang narakasyedam dvarang nasanamatmana kama krodastata lobas tasmade tatrayang tyajet. There's 3 gates to hell: Kama, Krodha, and Lobha. You walk through those 3 gates, welcome to hell. Okay? So, whenever your mind tells you, a little lust, not a bad idea, right? Then next thing you know, after Kam comes Krodh. Why? Because you can never enjoy enough. Have you noticed? You never get enough. Does anybody ever say, I have enough money? Anybody here? You have enough money? You're okay? Santush? Shanti? Peaceful? No. Huh? Basi. More. Right? It never stops. It never stops. And then you can't get what you want. What happens? Anger. Yes, anger comes. Huh? Why not? Why not? I deserve it. I need it. I worked hard. I have to get it. Then you get angry. And then moha, illusion. You completely lose track. No more sense of direction. No more sense of dharma. No more sense of moral. You do destructive things. So, these are the enemies, the 6 enemies of the soul. And here we are in Camp Pune. Have you noticed? What does camp mean? It means military. It's a military term. Prabhupada signed his letters. Camp Juhu, Camp Zurich, everywhere. Because for him it was camp. Because he was on a mission. He was on a mission to protect people from Kam, Krodh, Lobha, Moha, Mada, and Matsarya. Now how do you do that? It's okay. Yes, we need kshatriyas. What does kshatriya mean? Kshatrayate. To prevent people from getting hurt. But most people nowadays, they're their own worst enemies. They hurt themselves by doing things that are sinful, that are degrading, that are completely wrong. So education, Shastra, is even more powerful than the Astra. Because the Astra, boom, that's it, gone. But this is ongoing. I just came from Ukraine. You heard of Ukraine? Yeah? Bombastic. A lot of drones every night. And the devotees are going out, they're distributing books, they're doing Harinam, they're distributing 20,000 meals. Practically no help from abroad. Yet the devotees are very determined. Every man between 20 and 65 forcefully drafted, put in the army. Unless you have 3 children or more. So devotees are risking their lives, but they're going out, chanting, distributing books, distributing prasadam, because they have a mission. I see a lot of potential here, but I also see some insecurity, because we're worried too much about our own cause, about our own idea, about our own comfort, about our own well-being. So one little lesson that I have learned in my short life with Krishna consciousness in the last 4 decades is that the more you take care of others, the more the Lord takes care of you. Have you noticed? The more you take care of others, the more the Lord takes care of you. So now is a very good time to dedicate ourselves to this cause, because the world is suffering. There's polarization in every country of the world. I travel 30 to 40 countries every year. 20 in the Americas, from Chile to Canada, and then 10 in Europe, and then India for the winter. Get a little balance, a little sanity. But here also it's getting intense. I just visited all our temples in Bangalore, in Hyderabad, Tirupati, Mumbai, now here, tomorrow off to Delhi and Kolkata. So, and it's not only the traffic that's horrendous, but people's mentality, their mindset is getting very, very intense. There's an intense struggle. It's called the rat race. Have you heard of the rat race? But nobody gets out alive. Even if you're a big rat, a fast rat, it's still the rat race. So, the antidote is spiritual knowledge. This is the king of knowledge. And also it is the knowledge for kings. This was taught to the ruling class, to the thinking class. So Krishna consciousness is the positive alternative. And we have to make sure that these weapons get out into the hands of people, so that people can be protected from devices, the devices of distraction. Have you ever been distracted? Have you ever not been distracted? So, Maya is just one click away. One wrong button and boom. You're in a big illusion. Have you noticed? You type on one wrong thing and all of a sudden, so much time just gets taken up. It may seem like harmless, but it just distracts you from your real purpose in life. So we need a mission in life. Does Arjuna have a problem with discipline? Does Arjuna have a problem with exercise or with diet? No. Why not? Because Arjuna has a mission. What is his mission? Protect Dharma. Follow Krishna's order. I see a lot of potential here, but there's a little bit of brain fog. You know, brain fog? A little bit of unclarity. It's not really focused. We're not really on target. Why? Too many options, too many ideas, too many plans, too many distorting frequencies. So you want to get a clear idea in life. You need to align yourself with Krishna's instructions in the Bhagavad Gita. Your mission has to align with Krishna's mission. Otherwise, if my mission is contrary to Krishna's mission, then there will be friction, there will be tension, there will be obstacles, it will be very intense. So, Srila Prabhupada encouraged us to distribute these transcendental literatures because these books can go to places where we cannot go. I'll tell you a little story and then we'll open up for discussion. A friend of mine, he's from Argentina, and his guru was sick in America. So he went to the American embassy in Buenos Aires, and he went in pant and shirt, and his visa application got rejected. Did any of your visa applications ever got rejected? Huh? Yes, you know, you get the idea, right? Why they don't like me, why they don't want me. So the next day he went back to the embassy in dhoti and kurta, and he said, I demand to speak to the ambassador. And the lady came and said, what can I do for you, sir? And he said, yesterday, one of your less intelligent bureaucrats rejected my application. Little did he know that in our movement, serving the Guru is the most important thing. My Guru is sick. I have helped him before. I can help him again. I need to go to US. She said, so you're not just going to disappear and get a job and, you know, stay there? He said, no, we're missionaries. You know, we're coming and going. It's like military. You're never long in one place, right? They move you around. You have to go many places. So she paused for a while, and then she said, okay, I give you the visa. And as she got up from the table, you have to understand, she's the top American in the country. So there is secretaries, there is Marines, you know. She's the top dog. So she gets up from the table and she leans over and she tells the devotee, I read Prabhupada's Gita. Can you reach the American ambassador to Delhi or Mumbai or Pune? Can you reach those people? No, you can't. You can't even get them on the phone. but the books can reach them. Huh? Because these books are like smart bombs. They can go places where you and I cannot go. They will find their target. A friend of mine, Rajarshi, from Trinidad. You heard of Trinidad and Tobago? No? Cricket? Caribbean? No? You only worry about India, right? Yeah. Anyway, he found the Bhagavad Gita in the trash when he was 16 years old. And he read it, and he decided, this is the best thing, I'm going to join ISKCON. And he moved into the ashram. And then his family members came to get him back. You know, the whole family showed up, ready for action. Okay. And his father, he was looking around, and he was talking to devotees. And then his father decided, I'm also going to join. I'm going to stay here. These are good people. It's a nice place. So then the father and the son, they both joined. And they told the rest of the family, you guys go home. You keep doing what you're doing. It's fine. But we're going to stay here, okay? So if you have the feeling that there's something always causing feedback, maybe it's that microphone there. Maybe you can turn it off. Is it possible to turn it off? Tech support. So, if you have the feeling that it's you against the rest of the galaxy and it's a war you can't win, is it off now? Still something is causing feedback. Then you align yourself with Krishna's mission, with Krishna's purport, with Krishna's purpose, and you won't have these distorting frequencies. Like right now, we have a little distorting frequencies because some things are not commuting properly. But when we align ourselves with Krishna's mission, with Krishna's purpose, then these things will get adjusted. Huh? And you won't feel it's me against the rest of the world, but you need a team. Because team wins. One team. We're all in the same team. Sometimes we think, oh, I have my mission, you have your mission. I have my guru, you have your guru. I have my interest, you have your interest. But then that creates anachronism. That creates distorting frequency, opposition. So we have to come to that level, that higher level of understanding that we are on the same team. We have the same mission, we have the same purpose, we're going in the same direction. Otherwise, a lot of struggle, even amongst friends, amongst family, amongst the same group of people. So much tension, so much tension. So much litigation nowadays. Have you noticed? People go to court. Oh no, I want more. Oh no, why does this one get? No. So much envy, so much struggle, so much strive. For what? Because people are not having susukam kartumavyayam. They're not having a joyful practice. If you chant Hare Krishna, you become joyful, you become happy. Have you noticed? I saw a lot of happy people before, chanting, dancing. It was nice, isn't it? So, you should do that every day. Then, when you get into the job life, the family life, the traffic, you're joyful, you're happy. Okay, you go first. No, you go first. No, you go first. No, you go first. Bangalore, you can stand there on the street and not go anywhere. It's like everybody jamming in, everybody trying to cut each other out. And it's just like a big jam. One time we were in Rishikesh. I brought a group of friends, about 10 or 12 of us, up to Rishikesh. And we do Nagar Sankirtan, we're chanting and dancing. And we caused a traffic jam. Because that's how things go. And people start honking and horning and yelling. And then they realized the traffic is getting worse and worse, it's not going to work. So they just got out of the scooter and they came and they joined the Harinam. Even the police wala, everybody just joined the kirtan and everybody started dancing. And there was one beggar sitting next, and he had a little cup there, not a sadhu, but professional guy. And he just looked a little sad, and he was watching us for about 10 minutes. And then he decided it's no fun being a beggar. So he took his cup, put it in his pocket, and he joined the kirtan. And he started dancing and chanting. And after another 10 minutes, He started dancing really wildly, you know, like really exuberantly. And then all of a sudden, he reached into his kurta pocket and he pulled out a whole stack of money, a whole stack of cash, of bills. And he started waving it around. And then he started putting notes into all the pockets of all the devotees who were chanting there. And he was showing everyone, I'm not a beggar. I'm a generous person. Everybody in this world came with nothing, and everyone's going to leave with nothing. We're all beggars. Yet, if we team up with Krishna, with Krishna's mission, you can become a generous person. Why? Raja vidya raja goyam, pavitramidam uttamam, pratyakshavagam dharmyam, susukam kartumavyayam. You can give people this higher taste of Krishna consciousness. Right now our taste is not so high. We're still looking, okay, where's my dopamine? Where is my, how can I somehow get a little bit of a interaction here in this world? But if we're truly satisfied in our bhajan, in our spiritual practice, we're not looking for kama, krodha, lobha, anything external, because we're internally satisfied. We're connected with Krishna. And that is the gift of Krishna consciousness. That is the matchless gift. So you want to become a generous person? You may say, wow, but I'm a student, or I'm a young guy, I just did my master's, I still owe people, or I have 2 kids that I have to put through school and I owe people. How can I possibly become a generous person? Well, this is your chance. You team up with Krishna's mission and you start distributing Krishna's message to others. And you will become the greatest altruist, the greatest philanthropist. You'll become the greatest benevolent, charitable person. Why? Because you're giving people the gift of transcendental knowledge. You're giving them protection. You want to be a real kshatriya? Then give people protection. Who is the enemy? Kam, krodh, lobha, moda, mada, matsarya. That is the enemy. You give people the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, and that will protect them from the internal enemies and from the external enemies. Because you will know, okay, these are the criteria. It's not about nice dress or nice job or nice car. It's about, do you have asurik bhav or achyuta bhav? Do you have the mood of service, the mood of devotion, or you have the mood of exploitation? So now at the end of the year, we have this wonderful opportunity of engaging in this marathon to share this message of the Bhagavad Gita with others. Now, so many people may say, but I have Bhagavad Gita, I know Bhagavad Gita. Have you met people like that? Just a few, right? Many, yeah, many. It was so funny. I was on a flight from Georgetown, Guyana to Port of Spain, Trinidad. And next to me sat a gentleman, and he saw me reading Gita. And so after a while, he started laughing, and he said, it's funny. Did you know that you cannot become a Hindu unless you're born a Hindu? And I said, really? How come? How is this so? And he said, well, grandma said this, and that guy said that, and the other thing, and this and that. And he went on for like 10 minutes of giving his, manodharma, his concocted ideas. And then at some point, he said, actually, I don't know. And I said, you know what? This is the first true thing that you said in the last 10 minutes. You don't know. Thank you for your honesty. And I quoted 1 or 2 shlokas, and I said, what about this, what about that? And he decided being a philosopher was not so much fun, and he went back to eating his hamburger with his girlfriend. So people are struggling because they did not learn Bhagavad Gita. I just came from my friend Bal Govinda's Gurukul. Nice Gurukul. Very close from here. About an hour. And the boys, they're learning Bhagavad Gita. And even though they're young boys, they're restless, they got a lot of energy, they, hormones, they're growing up. But they have that value system, that structure, that focus of Bhagavad Gita. So that is very much important. So give yourself the greatest gift of Bhagavad Gita and give it to others. Now you may say, people say, I already have Bhagavad Gita. Well, there's so many Gitas. When Prabhupada came to the West, there was 400 English editions of the Gita and 0 devotees of Krishna. That's quite an achievement, right? 400 different types of Gitas, not one devotee. But when Prabhupada came and he brought Bhagavad Gita as it is, now there are millions of devotees of Krishna all over the world because of Bhagavad Gita as it is. Because there's potency here. Why is there potency here? Because this Bhagavad Gita, Haribol, Oi! You see, he's in Samadhi. Can you turn off notifications in your phones? It's really distractive. If you want to play with your phones, you can do that anywhere else. So, there's so many editions of the Bhagavad Gita, but they're not according to Krishna's plan. They're not according to Krishna's desire. So, align yourself with Krishna's plan, with Krishna's purport. And then you will have focus. Focus. I had to do this all time today during the class with the boys, you know, constantly. They're like, whoa, 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 what's going on, huh? Yeah, there is noise outside and the phone beeps and kids screams and traffic. You have to be focused. Can you turn off those notifications? Is that possible or not? If you don't know how to do it, you can just put your phone in a bucket of water and that will also solve the problem. Okay? So, how did we ever allow these little things gain control over our lives? Is technology serving us or are we slaves to technology? Some of us are from before the phones, from before the web. We had a life before those things. You know, people build temples. I just came from Tirumala. They built temples. They done things before we had those little devices, those little weapons of mass distraction. So don't let anything or anyone hijack your mind and your attention. You have to stay focused. Your cheta has to be focused. Otherwise you get nothing done and you're not going anywhere. Okay? Clear? Because we want you to be susukam kartumaviyam. We want you to be happy. What happens when you pick up the phone? What happens when you go on the news? Do you become happy? No. Why? Bad news, right? Bad news. So never do that. Don't chant with a phone. Don't eat with a phone. Don't try to have a conversation or be in class with a phone, because it will just suck away your attention. It will just distract you from your real purpose. And then samadhau navidiyate, no samadhi. No samadhi. Why not? Because you're constantly focused on the material. You can't really focus on the spiritual. So, Arjuna told Krishna, I can't control my mind. It's more difficult than to control the raging wind. Can you control the wind? No. Huh? But Krishna says you can control the mind. How? Now you all look pretty strong and young, and have you mastered the mind? Have you mastered the mind? Or is the mind mastering you? Huh? But Krishna gives the formula. Abhyasena vairagena. Huh? Through regulated practice. If you do something regularly, like getting up early. Huh? You say, I'm too busy, I can't chant, I can't read, I'm too busy. Have you heard people talk like that? Yeah? Have you ever talked like that? Yeah? So you want to have an extra hour to do chanting and reading Gita? Anybody? Thank you for your audience participation. Huh? So, you take your alarm clock and you put it 1 hour earlier. If you want to get something done, get up early. When the world is asleep, you can read, you can chant. For those of you who have children, Once your kids wake up, it's game over. It's playtime. Okay? You can't say, oh, now I'm chanting. Then they will start hating you and they will start hating Krishna. No, you have to spend quality time with your children. So if you want to have a sadhana, a spiritual practice, you have to do it before the kids wake up. Okay? So, and you got to have a mission. Whether you're in the service or you're doing seva, you have to have a mission. You can't just be, oh, whatever, wherever, we'll see what happens. Huh? So Krishna is giving us all these insights. Abhyasena, regulative practice. I was in Govardhan just now and doing Pragram. 3 o'clock in the morning, 5 young guys, no shoes and no shirts, running. I asked them, what are you doing? They say, we want to make national team. We want to be on the national team. At 3 a.m., no shoes, no shirt, out there, training. What are you doing at 3 a.m.? Well, you know. You ask yourself, huh? What am I doing? If these guys can do that, what is my difficulty? Huh? And then vairagyena, how does renunciation happen? Yes, you can give some stuff away, you can shave off your hair, you can give a donation, but next thing is you're back ordering stuff online, going to the store, thinking how you can make money, how you can enjoy, right? How long does vairagya last? You heard of Smashana Vairagya? Ram Nam Satya Hai, Ram Nam Satya Hai. Ever been at a funeral? People feel a little detached, right? Oh yeah, a person died, was a nice person. Oh, everyone's gonna die. How terrible. How long does that Vairagya last? Very short, right? After funeral is over, after you had Balaji Darshan, what happens next? Party time, right? Now, too much bhakti. Oh, no, not good. Huh? We have to balance, huh? Too much punya. Then, boom, go back. Into what? Sinful activity. So, true vairagya comes when you have transcendental knowledge. You understand, I'm Atma, I'm a spirit soul. I'm Sat, Chit, Ananda. I'm eternal, I'm wise, and I'm blissful. And anything that makes me fearful, anything that makes me distracted, anything that makes me unhappy, should be given up. That requires transcendental knowledge. And that comes from reading Bhagavad Gita as it is. You see, there's jnana and vijnana. Theoretically, you know a lot of things, but information or knowledge without application does not lead to realization. And if you don't have realization, there's no transformation. Nothing happens. It's like shooting blanks, you know, like in the movies, right? A lot of noise, but no impact. And that's our problem. So, we have spent the last 42 years traveling the world 30 times, and this is the essence of our realizations, the stories, what we've learned, what went right, what went wrong. BBT published it, the same publishing house that does Bhagavad Gita, and it is available right now, right here, for all of you. It's also a companion, a guide. It's a manual for spiritual activists if you're looking for focus, for meaning, for purpose. And it's the story of a 15-year-old who found a Bhagavad Gita and what he experienced the last 40 years. So it is available. We have it for you. And it's also a companion and guide for those who are already trying to spread the good word. But sometimes you run into obstacles. Do you ever face obstacles? Besides your own self? There are a few obstacles in this world, right? It's not easy. It's not easy. There's a lot of obstacles. So, you need a group of practitioners. You need a team of people who are like-minded, who are in the same field, who are going through the same things, so you can learn from them. So we came here to see a few friends and also to introduce this book. And I humbly suggest you read every day Bhagavad Gita as it is. I know you're busy. If you want to get something done, you talk to busy people. That's why I'm here in Camp Pune. I know you got kids, you got a boss, you got a wife, you got a life, you got many things to do. You want to get something done, you ask a busy person, not the guy in the park who is sleeping. That's why I'm talking to you, because you're busy people. Busy people get things done. Others, no. So, Krishna consciousness is the positive alternative. It is causing a re-spiritualization, a spiritual revolution. The world is suffering from polarization. There is tension amongst nations, tension amongst families, tension amongst ourselves. Have you noticed sometimes? Too many conflicting ideas, no clarity. So team up with Krishna, study Bhagavad Gita every day. Can you read one shloka? Yes or yes? Please say yes. We need a verbal yes here, otherwise you cannot sit in exit row. You have to go somewhere else. Thank you. It's a good group. They're just a little tired. I know. It's a hard life. I've been traveling 30 countries now. I've seen a few traffic jams. But if you have a mission, that's just a detail, you know? It's nothing to get upset about or to be distracted. Like the kids out there, they're playing. They don't mind they don't have shoes on. They don't mind they're not wearing a shirt. Why? Because they have a mission. Find your mission in the vision of Srila Prabhupada, and you will have empowerment, you'll have clarity, you'll have resources, you'll have friends, you have opportunities. It is available. Otherwise, manoratena satadavato bahi. Otherwise, you're running on the chariot of the mind. You know the chariot of the mind? Like the boys with the motorbikes at 2 a.m. Ring, 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 ring. Burning gas, burning rubber, but not going anywhere. Have you met a few kids like that? Have you met a few adults like that? Let's buy this, let's go there, let's eat this, let's do that. Manoratena satadavato bahi. No focus, no clarity, no impact. So Krishna consciousness is empowering us to come closer to our ultimate objective. Haishtamya tat punarjanma jayaya. How good are you at overcoming janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha-dosha anudarshanam? Jai Shishigonitai ki jai. Jai Sisi Radha Kunja Bihari ki jai. How good are you on your journey? How are you doing? How are you doing? Now you can ask GPS, right? Google Guru. You need a clear signal from 3 satellites to know where you are. So in a similar way, we need Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, GSS. Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. Why is Guru not enough? Because Guru is the one who is teaching Shastra. Like there's so many so-called gurus nowadays in India. Have you noticed? Some of them have nice turbans, nice beards. They're talking fancy talk. But they never talk Shastra. Only manoratena satadavato bahi. Nice talk, but no Shastra. So the Guru is the one who teaches Shastra, and the sadhus are the ones, the practitioners. So you have to have a peer group. Alone you can be good, but if you want to be great, you need a team of people who help you to become better. So these are a few reflections on today's verse here from Bhagavad Gita. I try to keep it brief because I know you have a busy schedule. And thank you for showing up. 50% of your success is showing up at the right place at the right time. So you are in the right place at the right time. What is the other 50%? Utsaha. You have to be enthusiastic. People take one look at you and they say, if I will read this book, I will become like you. Do I want that? So stop being morose, stop being lethargic, stop being distracted, and get on with Krishna's mission. And you will feel the vibrancy of the Krishna conscious movement. Do we have books for those who want to purchase? Yes. Can you get a couple of boxes? Yeah? Oh, they're back there. Okay. So books are available back there for those of you who like to purchase your own copy. That's a gentleman there by the door. We will sign them for you. But we have time for a couple of questions or reflections. Any questions, any comments, any reflections? You want to hear more stories? Do you like stories? Bedtime stories for the kids? Huh? What kind of a story you want to hear? Yeah, but what type? Which rasa? Huh? Adventure. Yeah, I mean, Kali Yuga is all pervasive. It's not like Maya is 24/7. She doesn't sleep, and she's got everybody's number. She knows you. She knows where you live. She has got your number. She knows your weakness. If you know your weakness, that is your strength. Do you have weaknesses? No. That's your problem. Because you think, I'm fine, I'm doing great. And then it's poof, pa, ping, pa, pa. What happened? What happened? Yeah, because you were undermined. So, I went door to door in Dallas, Texas, and there was a shop. I had a lot of Indian pictures and an altar and bananas and incense, and I thought, what is this? And it was an astrologer from Bangalore, Ram Tulsi, and he went to Gurukul. And so I asked him, Ram Tulsi, how's it going? And he said, very difficult, very hard. I've got all these super smart, socially awkward people. You know, super smart, socially awkward people? You call them techies, you know, engineers. Like they know Python, they know this, they know that, they're master, PhD, but when it comes to the human interaction, sometimes it's a little difficult. So, he said they're coming with all their problems, and I have to help them. It's too much work. I said, yeah, because you're only giving them, you know, rings and a few things, but you're not giving them transcendental knowledge. The Vigyan, you have to give them that astra, that shastra, you have to give them. He said, yes, I need to give them. I said, you need books, you have to give them books. He said, yes, I need books. I asked him, how many books you need? He said, I need a lot of books. I said, well, I have my truck outside. How many books do you want? And he said, a lot of books. So I brought him a whole table full of books, a couple of 100 books. And then he asked, well, how much? Well, what should I give? And I said, well, you know, this is like Gurukul. Seva, you heard of the concept of Seva? I do everything I can for you, and you do as much as you can for me. So now this is the dream of every book distributor. He pulls open the drawer, he sticks his hand inside, he grabs a stack of cash, and he just hands it to me. Almost 1 lakh. Next year, I come back, and I say, hey, Ram Tulsi, how is it going? And he says, better, much better. Better questions, better discussions. People are asking about things that they read in the books, you know? Higher frequency. It's good, I like it. But I still have books, don't worry. I said, no. I brought you a gift. So I brought him Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. I gave him a full set. This is for you. He opened the drawer, stuck his hand inside, grabbed a stack of cash and handed it to me. Do you want to know where Ram Tulsi lives? Huh? I'm not going to tell you. He's my member. He's my chela. No, don't worry. You see, this is free, open source, open secret. Krishna is giving you the code, the secret key to how to use the most powerful weapon in the universe, transcendental knowledge. But you have to be a team player, you have to be a little humble, and you have to team up with Krishna's purpose. Otherwise, like Ashvatthama, you'll just cause destruction. You won't be able to do anything of substance, anything of benefit. You may have technical knowledge, but if you don't have the right adhikar, I talk to recruiters all the time. I was stationed 5 years in the Bay Area. You heard of San Francisco? So, and they tell you the same thing. You can teach a person technical skills in 3 months. Anything technical, 3 months is sufficient if the brain works. But attitude, values, team play, that takes decades. That's a big job. And that's what we're here to learn in ISKCON. Not just how to throw water on this shoulder, that shoulder, or how to do a few rituals. No, that you can look up. You heard of the University of YouTube? University of Google, Facebook, TikTok, clicking on things. But you want Vigyan, you want realization. You need practitioners. You need people who have practical experience, how things work. And that's what you get here. And that's why we're coming to the Krishna temple, and you should come as much as you can. You should make your home a temple. You should make your body a temple. You should help other people to improve their lives by aligning themselves with Krishna's mission, with Krishna's purpose. And if you want to have more excitement in life, go through the front door into the great unknown, known the public, and deal with people who you don't know, and you just share with them the message of the Bhagavad Gita. And I guarantee you, you have an exciting life. I was in Berkeley, California, in front of the university, and I approached a young man, and he said, "You already asked me yesterday. Why are you bothering me again today?" And I said, you guys with the masks, you all look the same. He pulled down his mask. He had a beard, a big beard. He said, "I'm a Muslim, but you're glowing. You're effulgent. I want what you have." I said, "Well, take it. It's for you. Take it." He took the Gita. He gave a donation. Pratyakshavagamam dharmyam susukam kartumavyayam. People take one look at you and they decide, do I want to become like you? Don't get distracted. I know there's a window and there's people walking by there, but you have to keep your eye on the ball. You know that? Keep your eye on the ball. Otherwise, you don't catch the ball. You have to be focused, okay? And when people see that you have susukam kartumavyayam, that you're happy, or as they say in India, happy, right? Are you happy? So-so. Matu-mati. Mixed. Then people have one question in their mind. How can I become like you? How can I get what you have? And then sharing the message becomes very easy. Very easy. We're not going out to debate with people, to argue with people, to convert people, to get something from people. We're going out to share our happiness of Krishna consciousness with the world. Are people looking for happiness? Are people looking for friends? Are people looking for wisdom? Yes. You got it. You got the goods. I got the money. People have tried everything. It's not working. Material life is not working. Amala jala jala jivana talamala. Our security in this world is like a drop of water on a lotus leaf. How secure is a drop of water on a lotus leaf? Not very secure. Any moment it can. How secure is a techiwala in Pune? How secure is your job? One morning you have a one-word message, terminated. Give the laptop back at the security gate. You logged out. We'll send you your teddy bear in the mail. Whatever was in your office. There's no more loyalty. There's no more friendship. There's no more culture. Because everyone's just in it for themselves. It's nothing personal. They're just trying to make more lemonade with less lemons. And you're just a dispensable, So, but in the Sankirtan movement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we're hiring. You lost your job? We're hiring. We're hiring. There's unlimited opportunity. Get busy for Krishna, and you will never run out of excitement. And it will be interesting. I guarantee you that. There's a lot of stories and a lot of experiences that didn't make it in the book because, editors and, all that. But we want you to have your own experiences. They're available. Start talking to people. And you'll notice people will say, "You Hare Krishna? Really? Really? Wow. Me too. Oh, you didn't know? Yeah. It's like whenever I travel, I take books with me. I'm in an airport. There's a bunch of business guys. They all try to look cool, nice dressed, fancy, big talk. And if you go there and you say, "Oh, Prabhuji, please take this Bhagavad Gita," they'll just ignore you. So usually I go up to them and I say, Giriraj Maharaj Ki! And they all go, Jai! And then they look at each other and they go like, what? You're a devotee? You're a devotee? You're a devotee? Huh? Oh, guess we're all devotees, huh? Yeah. Huh? It's a realization, right? Takes a while. Like one guy starts screaming, Govinda, 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 Govinda. And all the others, oh yeah, Govinda. Yeah, exactly. I remember Govinda, yeah. It's a good idea, right? Huh? Because we get distracted. Maya is very powerful. Daivi hi esha gunamai mama maya duratyaya mameva ye prapadyante mayang etang tarantite. You can't fight Maya. Huh? When Bhim wanted to fight the Brahmastra, huh? Krishna said, no. Lay flat. You can't fight that thing. I can handle it, but you can't. Huh? Krishna can call back the dogs because it's his potency. It's his Shakti. It's his energy. So, these are a few reflections. Do you have any questions or comments? Yes. We have a microphone. Don't worry, in 15 minutes this is all over.
Hare Krishna.
India is amazing. You know, India is the country where everything is available and nothing works. Have you noticed?
Hare Krishna.
Hey, we're back.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
You
Hare
need
Krishna.
someone who knows how stuff works.
Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, my question is, what exactly we should do when we face failures during the book distribution on the field?
The Kaur boys went out to beg food because they were hungry. And the Yogic Brahmanas just ignored them. They didn't even say no. They just pretended they don't exist. So they came back and they were a little disappointed. And Krishna said, when you go out and you beg, you will be rejected. It's part of the deal. So if you know that firsthand, you know that before you go out, that some people will ignore me, some people will argue, some people will say no, that's not a problem. That's not a problem because you're not insecure. A person who sells diamonds, how many customers does he get a day? How many? One or two. If he makes one sale a day, he's doing great. He's doing fantastic. If you're selling real estate, if you do one a week or one a month, you're doing great. If you want to have success every moment, then you sell pani puri or, you know, whatever you call it, puchka or, you know, or peanuts. You'll have a lot of sales. You'll move fast, but, you know. So you have to have realistic expectations. Unrealistic expectations kills everything. So understand how things work. And the more you make yourself an instrument of Krishna's compassion, the more you will feel in tune, aligned with Krishna's mission. And then you can even deal with people who are not so easy, not so nice. One way is just to avoid them, but everybody, there's a soul inside, there's Jiva, there's Atma, and they're just waiting to be reawakened, that somebody actually makes a little effort to connect with them. I was landing in Mumbai airport, I couldn't see the driver, so I didn't have a local phone, SIM card, phone number I had, but no SIM card. So there was a young man with a big army backpack, and I asked him if I can borrow his phone. So he gave me his phone, and I gave him a Bhagavad Gita, and I called the driver. The driver's coming. Then he wanted to give the Bhagavad Gita back. I said, no, you can keep it. And I asked him, are you Army? He said, no, Navy. I said, oh, okay. So you see Arjuna here? You and him, same. You're the same, right? You're both in the service. Sambandha. You have to make sambandha. You have to create a bridge, a connection between the book and the person. Why would I want to take this? Because it's good for you. And he took the book. So after a while you become more experienced and you know how to deal in all these different situations. Sometimes people say no, it may mean I'm not convinced. It may mean, you know, Give me a little more information. Give me a little more context. They may mean maybe it's too expensive. So you have to try again. You can always try 2 or 3 times. It's okay. One time I was doing crowd control in Mayapur. And Harisari Prabhu, one of Srila Prabhupada's personal servants, told me, Prabhupada gave him the instruction that when you do crowd control, you have to push. You have to push because it's a lot of people and sometimes they don't want to move. So you have to push. It's like Kumbh Mela. Once we were in Kumbh Mela with our Guru Maharaj and he wanted to go bathe. Have you been to Kumbh Mela? Prayagraj? How many people? Crores. Too many people, right? Like this. And he said all of a sudden, we have to go and take snan. I said, how? There's military, there's police, there's barricades, there's horses, there's people with big sticks, lati. So, but Gurudev says we have to go take snan. So what do? So I said, okay. Shuchi mukha, needle formation. You have to have strategy. Up here, there's torsos, you can't get by people. But where the legs are, there's opening, there's space. So I made myself small and I ducked down. And we made a convoy of 5 people. My guru was holding onto my kurta. And so 5 of us. And I just said, Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev. And I was just running through the people. Through the barricades, through the horses, through the military, through the police. We took snan. It works. But you have to have a mission. And it better be aligned with Krishna's mission. So the point was, he said, when you do crowd control, you have to push. But you have to smile. As long as you smile, you can push a lot. As soon as you stop smiling, people will fight you. Have you noticed? So keep smiling and keep pushing for Krishna. And some people will take, some people will not take. It's not in our hands. We're just here. We're not selling a product. Amazon sells product. Flipkart sells product. ISKCON is giving an opportunity. Opportunity is priceless. You have to get it from a person, from a devotee. You can't buy an opportunity online. You have to have access code from a person who has taste, who has faith. Shraddha Shabde Vishwas Kohe Sudrida Nischoy, Krishna Bhakti Koila, Sarva Karma Krita Hoy. You may not know Bengali or Sanskrit, but in simple words, if you have firm faith that Krishna's got my back, no one can touch you. No one can mess with you. You become a superhero. Do you want to become a superhero? No? Why not? Too much work? Huh? You like to be chill, right? Just play it easy. No, everybody wants to do something in life. So you team up with Krishna. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partha Danurdara, Tatra Sri Vijayo Bhutir, Dhruvani Tir Matir Mama. All that good stuff that you want in life, you can have it if you're a team player and you play along with Krishna's plan. Huh? And whether you're going to have 5 kids and 5,000 crores, or you're going to be a simple, happy-go-lucky brahmachari, or you're going to be a techie, or a general, or a housewife, that's a detail. But the principle is, align yourself with Krishna's plan. Find your mission in this ISKCON society. Yes, you can come here and clap and, put a coin and take some prasad and go home. But we're not looking for spectators. We're looking for participation, for activists, for people who want to join the mission. Because once you have mission, once you have purpose, everything else works out. Everything else becomes aligned. Other questions? Any? No? Okay. Thank you very much for showing up. And thanks for my old friend, Sarvalakshan Prabhu, and Lalita Madhav, and the whole team here of the sadhus who are keeping the oasis open and vibrant. It's not easy, having a spiritual oasis right in the middle of the camp where everyone is having so many plans and ideas and so much ego, so much abhiman. And all of a sudden, what? Seva? I have to be humble. I have to be tolerant. Yes, because otherwise there's no more friendship. There's no more family. There's no more happiness because there's no more peace. Krishna says in the Gita, if you don't have peace of mind, no happiness. What's the shloka? Na sukam na param gatim. Huh?
Yashastra vidimujja
Yasastra vidimuchitra
varte kamakarta
karta
nasasiddhim avapnoti na sukham na param gatim.
Na sukham na param gatim. No happiness and no real goal, no real success. So I can see you're all hard workers, you're all overachievers. You want to be successful in life? This is your chance. This is your shortcut. Otherwise, you're just running on your own karmic spreadsheet, you know? Just enjoying and suffering whatever it is that's in your cards. You want to change the game? Team up with Krishna. Find your mission in this great Sankirtan movement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtan. You want to be part of the winning team? This is your chance. Otherwise, no matter how much or how little you have, you'll be a loser. Why? Because you're going to lose it all. Because all the toys go back on the shelf. You can't take nothing with you. The only thing you take with you is the bhakti you received and the bhakti you shared. That's the only thing that's your credit. The rest is all manodharma. It's all upadi. Okay, hand over to Savalakshan Prabhu. He's going to tell you what you won. Huh? What is the opportunity? We need your participation because they have big goals. They have big targets. They want to do big things. And we need your active participation. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki. Srila Prabhupada ki. Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki. Nitai Gaur Premanande.
Hari Hari Bo.
Hari Hari Bo. Thank you very much. I'm always excited coming to this place because I like camp, you know. I like camp. It resonates with me.
Hare Krishna. So it is our great fortune to have His Grace Nirada Prabhu. So just now he was telling about this nectar of Sri Krishna Sankirtanam, Sankirtana Amrita. So His Grace Nirada Prabhu is from Zurich. From his childhood onwards.
Zurich, Switzerland.
Yeah.
You heard of Switzerland?
Switzerland.
Yeah.
So he's coming from a pious background, mother, father, very pious. And they were not allowing him to watch television, but they allowed him to read unlimited books. So you can read unlimited book, but from one library he could borrow only few books. So he registered himself to many libraries so that he could read so many books. But even though he was reading many books, but he was not satisfied unless he read Srila Prabhupada Bhagavad Gita. So after reading Bhagavad Gita, he got the mission to please His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Since so many years he is distributing very nicely all over the world. And many devotees were requesting Prabhuji to write a book on his realization. So now that book has come, Sankirtana Amrita, it's a nectar. It's a really nectar. So now we also got the mission to distribute Srila Prabhupada books, at least in this marathon time. So if you want to know how to distribute books, then here it is the book. So he is saying that if you want to know how to distribute books, then you should know two things. What is Sankirtan and why we should do Sankirtan. If you understand these two things, then all other things, how, where, how much, everything will be answered. So just read this book. You can distribute books of Srila Prabhupada like anything. So here His Grace Nirada Prabhu is there. She is not only distributing books, reading books, and keeping very high sadhana. So it is Srila Prabhupada's benediction that today we have His Grace Navina Prabhu here. So we can all have this nectar of Sri Krishna Sankirtana, Sankirtana Amrita. So Prabhuji will write his signature on this book. It's very cheap. Just by paying 200 rupees, you can purchase this book.
So, I know your mind tells you, I already have so many books that I have not read. Does your mind tell you that? I can read minds. You got to be careful. I know what's going on. Huh? So, I read Prabhupada's books once a year, all of them, once a year.
Hari Bol.
How many of you have read all of Prabhupada's books? 1, 2, 3, 5. There's some homework here. 6, 7. Okay, thank you. Huh? So how do you do it? You get up early and you keep going. If you like doing something, you just keep going. But you have to have a mission. If you have a mission, it's easy. Okay? And Prabhupada, our founder Acharya, he got every night, he got up at midnight and translated 6 pages. Took him 2 or 3 hours when the whole world was sleeping. He gave us over 60 books in a very short time. And he asked us, please read, please live, and please distribute. Please share this message. So thank you for your kind attention. This book will help you to read all those books that you have on your library. I read libraries full of books. But when I came in touch with Prabhupada's books, I realized I struck gold. And I have to dig deep and deep and deeper. And I'm still going deeper because there's so much there to explore. So, thank you for taking this mission seriously and not just being a spectator, because if you're superficial, you'll get a superficial understanding. But if you're deep, then you'll actually get that susukam kartumavyayam. You get that deep taste, that real happiness, that you just want more and more and more. Okay? All right, so we got books here. You can come forward. He's taking cash or QR code. He's taking jewelry or stocks or dividends. No old phones and no computers. Okay. So, and yeah, tomorrow we have a program at NVCC. If you have time, please come out. We're going to do Bhagavatam there, and that will be part 2. This is just a warm-up session here, and then we're off to Delhi. So thank you for your kind participation. Again, don't take things for granted. This is a great opportunity. Many of you may think, oh yeah, I'm born this way, it's all fine, it's good. But you don't know what's going on in the world, you know. You're lacking context, perspective. Have you seen your eyelid? No. Why not? You're too close to it. You can't see it. If you don't have eyelids, you have a problem. Eyelids are like the windshield wipers, you know. They're keeping your eyes clean and functional. So you're too close to this whole Vedic thing. That's why you can't really contextualize it and appreciate it that much. But if you travel a little bit and you deal with different places and people and cultures, you will notice whatever works in the world is because of Veda. And whatever piety there is, it's because of bhakti. And there are traces of it in different cultures and traditions. But here you have the source. So why not go straight to the source? And it's open source. But you have to find the mission. Otherwise you'll stay on the surface. You stay on the surface. Don't be a fair weather devotee. Because there will be storms. There will be earthquakes. There will be tornadoes. There will be attacks. And you have to be ready for it. You have to prepare yourself. It's easier to stay in shape than to get in shape. Have you noticed? So, if you feel that I'm not really satisfied with my health, with my life, with the way how things are going in the world, this is your chance. Align yourself. Get into the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And I guarantee you, money back guarantee, you will find happiness, taste, friendship, and all the good stuff. Sarvalakshan, he will refund you if you feel that, this is not working, like this is not working for me. How can we say that with such confidence? Prabhupada told the temple president, you make a big billboard in the center of the city. Let everybody come and live with us. And the president got anxious. He was like, we don't even have enough space for the brahmacharis. And he's inviting the whole world to come and live with us. Prabhupada said, you're right. Come live with us and live like us. Which means you have to chant. You have to follow certain, sattvic principles. He said, don't worry, not too many will come. Don't be afraid. It's okay. But bhakti is also a gradual process, so we're encouraging people to take up the practice. And oftentimes a book is a very easy way to introduce people to bhakti. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Let us thank His Grace Navina Prabhu by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Personally, I have read this book. It's very, very inspiring, and it's.
He just got one in Vrindavan. I distributed 1,000 of these books in Vrindavan in 1 week, and distributing to devotees is not easy. It's hard. They have all the excuses. But he read it already, and it seems like he likes it. So, yeah, this is your chance. Normally MRP is $250. They're giving it at cost for $200. So get your own copy. We'll sign it. I wish you a happy week, a happy life, and a happy marathon. Get on with the mission. Everything else, all the little stuff, all the little problems, they will take care of themselves. Don't run after problems. Go after the solution. Okay? Thank you very much. All goes Prabhupada. Yes. Haribol. 5 or 10 books? How many? You're a big guy. You should take at least 5.
You can distribute. We can give it as a gift also.
I need a pen. Anybody has a pen? Thank you.
Cash there.
And somebody who can open the books. How are you? You work out, or you just drink a lot of water?
Please give me pen.
Good combination. It's required for me. Yeah, you got to stay fit. I'm almost 60, so you have to take care of Krishna's temple. You're in the service?
Yeah, I work for bank, Barclays.
Nice. Owner or the owner or the humble servant?
It's humble service.
That's a good attitude. Thank you for showing up.
Yes.
Please help the boys. They have a big mission. Okay?
Yes.
You ask him, he knows how to do it.
Have you ever been to Gangotri in
Yeah.
Been there?
I went to Badrinath. I haven't done all the char dhams because usually I'm busy with teaching, and the world's a big place. So thank you for being very attentive. You've been focused. Makes a big difference. Yes, focus. That's what the kids are lacking. They're so distracted. They have good adhikar, they have good potential, but they're out of focus. They're just all over the place. So you have to give them focus.
There are many distractions. That's why I asked about the Kali Yuga and the distraction of Mata, because even when we try to
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so give people Gita and give them your example, your realization, and they will be very happy. They're looking for a mission. They're looking for a purpose.
just recently joined the team.
My brother just retired from UBS, Swiss banking. Yeah. Yes. What's the name? Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you. All the best. Hare Krishna. Huh? Okay, I can see. Ready for action. I like that. You came prepared. Very well. Hare Krishna. to 600 books.